welcome to my webinar. I am Jeremy Johnson, National Training Director and Agency Development with Trusted Senior Specialist here in Houston, Texas. I'm joined today with Diana. She's behind the camera. You can't see her. You might hear her laugh. She's making faces at me back there. Make sure I'm smiling and on task. So if you heard that giggle, that was her. Guys, y'all are either joining us today because you liked my webinars in the past, like the way I speak, the South Louisiana drawl that I have, or you may want to find out what the top 5 crucial parts or components of Medicare there are out there. So before I break it down, I want to let you know that Medicare, if you're like most people, and like I was when I got in this industry over 12 years ago, that it's very expensive. Well, I'm sorry, not expensive. It's very inexpensive, free or cheap, or it's absolutely just mind-boggling confusing. Rest assured, y'all, we are here to help you. Folks, when people get in Medicare, they can think it's overwhelming. So many experts come out of the woodwork, friends or family that may be on Medicare that tend to overanalyze what Medicare is or how it works, or talk about the cost when they're not really familiar about how the cost structure is. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with this, but what they don't know, what most people don't know, is Medicare is actually very simple. Especially if you spend all year preparing for the changes in Medicare, the changes in the health plans, like our agents here at Trusted Senior Specialists do. Folks, Medicare is not that confusing, and with the proper help and guidance, you find out it actually can be really inexpensive, and there are plans to help cover the astronomical costs that Medicare has in place. So folks, we can go into a great amount of detail on Medicare, but we thought we'd give you the basic top 5 things you should know that will help you when you enroll and when it's time. So we'll get into the specifics about Medicare another day on another webinar. If you tune in and join us for each of those, we'll make sure that you're very well educated when it is your time to enroll. So let's go ahead and start getting into a little bit about Medicare. I'm not going to ruin the whole Medicare presentation for you or educate you on every aspect of Medicare today. I just want to let you know there are 4 basic parts of Medicare. Part A, which covers your hospitalization. Part B, which covers your doctors. Part C, which are Medicare Advantage or Part C Medicare Advantage plans. And then you have Part D, and that's your prescription drug plans. So those 4 parts are very crucial in understanding how the entire world of Medicare works. How Part A works with Part B, Part B works with Part D. Folks, you'll fastly realize that none of the different parts work together with the exception of one plan, and that's Medicare Part C, which kind of ties everything together. I may be getting a little bit ahead of myself, so I want to stop on that. All right, so another thing people don't realize, and this is important, again, with Medicare Part A, B, C, and D, one thing that is not always talked about, and I would hate if you found out about it secondhand, but if you don't enroll in Medicare when you're first eligible, you will be imposed penalties. So again, people don't realize that not having the knowledge can actually harm you in the future because of those penalties. Can accrue penalties if you don't enroll in Medicare when you're first eligible, or enroll in a Part D plan when you're first eligible. It's important to do some research of your own to make sure that you have all of your facts. And again, if it becomes too time-consuming or confusing, you can call into our office. We do have those agents standing by. Again, their phone number is 855-417-4524. So in the first 8 minutes, if I've confused you, please don't hesitate to call in and speak with one of my friendly licensed agents that represent all the plans your doctors accept at 855-417-4524. One of the things my agents do consistently every day with all the folks that are requesting information or calling in is they're tired of spending hours of research. There's so many different places you can go online. We use Medicare.gov as our quote-unquote Bible to make sure that you have all of the information and the specific plans that are in your area. So we help provide the information you need to know exactly what you're getting into to avoid those penalties. So again, call my agents for a breakdown to make sure you're taken care of. 855-417-4524. Folks, those penalties, if you don't act in the right time frame or the right enrollment penalty, the enrollment time frame, those penalties never, ever, ever go away. So, and we're not talking about pennies on the dollar. We're talking about 10%, 12% penalties, depending on the plans that you choose, that never, ever go away. So make sure that you're acting in the right time frame. You have a 7-month enrollment window when you first turn 65. If you have no other coverage or no group coverage, make sure that you're speaking with an expert that'll help you avoid those penalties. Again, that's 10 or 12% penalties that never, ever go away. The third crucial thing you need to know about Medicare is most people, or many people, may associate Medicare with a specific age range. I've been doing this for 13 years, and when I first got into it, I thought Medicare was you had to be 65. Actually, I think I was a little wrong on the age there, but I knew you had to be in your 60s somewhere. Found out it was 65, and then I found out that you could actually be under 65 with certain disabilities. As long as you've been qualified or classified disabled by your doctor for a period of 2 years, 24 months, not 23 months, not 22 months, a full 2-year time frame, you can actually qualify for Medicare based on the disability. There are also 2 other ways to get Medicare under 65, and you can be, if you're diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's syndrome, or ESRD, permanent kidney failure, you can qualify for Medicare immediately without a 2-year waiting period. So I have had clients that called in and said that they had been disabled for 2 years that thought they had to wait until they were 65. And turns out we were able to get them applied for and approved for the Medicare based on those facts. So if you fall into that category, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We can definitely help you apply for your Medicare and get you all of the benefits that you are eligible for. One of the other misconceptions or crucial facts about Medicare that people want to know about or need to know about is that you have to go down and make an appointment with Social Security, sit in line, or if you like the office that's across the street from our office, when we pass by that building at 8 o'clock in the morning, the line is stretched out through the door and the parking lot into the overflow parking lot, and if it's raining, you're on your own. Bring an umbrella because rain or shine, the Social Security office is going to be on. There are actually a couple of ways to go about enrolling into Medicare or enrolling into a Medicare health plan. The first way is to deal directly with the carrier. That is definitely something you want to do, something you can do. However, with all of the different plans that are available for you, you're going to be spending a lot of time on the phone ensuring that whatever carrier you're working with, be it, I don't think I can mention names, my compliance officer would get on to me about that, but you can spend all day talking to the carriers. And you're not going to get an honest, objective point of view from them because they're just representing their plans. The other way is you can sit in front of your computer and try to digest all of the information that's available for you by having to toggle between 2 or 3 different screens to see what this plan is offering, what this plan is offering, what this plan is offering. Then you have to go back and make sure your doctors are accepting the plans, et cetera, et cetera. Or you can use a broker like us. Okay, where we come into play, and again, our services, if you call into my agents right now at 855-417-4524, all of the information they give you, all of the research that they do for you, all of the conversation and time that they spend with you, you don't pay for. We do this completely free of charge. We don't charge you anything. I can't say free of charge. The carriers have their commission levels set in place, but it's not something that you are actually paying for. So what we do is we take every person that calls in to our office and we listen. One of the questions we ask, ma'am, sir, Diana's standing behind the camera right now, making me smile, holding up the phone number. If she were to approach me looking for insurance, the first question I'd ask her is, Diana, if you could build a plan from the ground up, what would be the most important thing to you? And then I would be quiet and let her explain exactly what she was looking for in a health plan. Not all health plans are created equal. Some could have increased benefits or lower copays on this side, but in this area, they're actually a little more expensive than the next plan. So we have to determine which plan or which style of plan is right for you. And we do that by asking questions and listening. Once we have the answers, we give you the plan that you're looking for. We help you apply for it, and then we'll be your agents for life. So let's talk a little bit about your agent. Your agent is the person dedicated to helping day in and day out your unique situation. So from the moment they say, hello, thank you for calling Trusted Senior Specialist, my name is Jeremy. I'm going to help you apply for Medicare if that's the stage that you're in is actually applying for your Medicare. Then that's what I'm going to help you do. When I'm going to research the plans for you, and then I'm going to help you enroll in that plan, and then I'm going to turn you over to my customer service team. I'm still your agent, but I do have a customer service team in place that is going to help you make doctor's appointments, help you out with any billing that we can help with. We don't have all of the access once you become a member of the plan, but we can help you out with transportation needs, setting up doctors, getting referrals, any Medicaid or low-income subsidy programs that you may be eligible for. We'll help you out with that, but your agent is your agent for life. So 2 years down the road, if you want to make sure that the plan that you're in is still the right one for the next year, you can always call back, speak with your agent that's here, and have the same person time after time after time. So we also do our follow-up calls, our year-end policy reviews during the annual enrollment period, and it's your agent that's going to be with you every step of the way. Call in, ask for them by name. If they're not helping someone else on the phone, they'll get right on there with you and make sure that all your needs are met. So if you want to go ahead and reserve yourself an agent, you can call them right now, 855-417-4524. All of our agents here are trained the same way. We treat each agent the same way. So no matter which one you get out there in our call center, in the office, you're going to be treated with the same respect, dignity, love, and trust as the next one. So I feel confident and comfortable that I would turn my own parents over to any of our agents in our office. Number 5, Medicare costs the same, the health plans cost the same. What's the difference here, folks? Listen, Medicare is the same no matter if you live in way at the top in what is the state right before Alaska, North Dakota, or all the way down to Boone of Louisiana, where I'm from, all the way from the left-hand side of California to the furthest point in Florida. Medicare is identical across the board. It could change based on income levels. So if your income falls under certain guidelines, you may pay less for Medicare covered services. If your income is significantly higher than those guidelines, you're not necessarily going to pay more for your services, but you will pay more for your Medicare parts A or B or D. Again, if you have those late enrollment penalties, if you haven't called and spoken with one of our friendly agents here at Trusted Senior Specialist, you could have those penalties imposed, so you would pay more. Where the cost differs change and where it really pays to have an agent on your side is the plans, the Medicare health plans, are different based on zip code. So I've had several clients that have purchased a policy here in Houston, Texas. And if you know anything about Houston, it's a big place, right? I mean, Houston, it's the 4th largest city on the planet. I think it's the largest city because I live here and there's a lot of traffic, but they say it's the 4th largest city in the United States. We can go 20 miles down the road with certain health plans and see that the costs are slightly different just simply based on the zip codes in the area that we're falling in. Kind of like car insurance rates. So the lower the demographics of population that are there, the lower your health plan costs typically are. So it really pays to have an agent on your side to know which plans are going to give you the best rates in what areas. And then some of the plans are just designed that they're different by zip code, not on how much they cost you each month, but how much the various copays are. So there are 2 ways to get help with Medicare, 2 basic ways. You have your Medicare supplements and then your Medicare Part C or your Medicare Advantage plans. Again, those questions that I ask you, Diana, if you could build a health plan from the ground up, what would they include? Diana's going to give me information so I can help her choose between a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. Now, she may have done her own research and she could tell me right out that she wants XYZ plan. And that's fine as long as it covers the criteria that she gives me. But what if she was basing her information on what was important to her based on what her sister in Florida has? Diane, I don't know if you have a sister in Florida, but I just used her for an example. So the coverage base in Florida is going to be a lot different based here in Houston, Texas. So again, you can call out to our friendly agents at 855-417-4524 and make sure that the plan that is right for you in the right area without doing all that other research and get a really great idea of the plans no matter which plan is being presented. Folks, so just to recap the 5 crucial facts that you may or may not know about Medicare, there are 4 basic parts to Medicare. Guys, you can accrue penalties. Medicare enrollment isn't just for 65-year-olds, it's for folks that are under 65 with certain disabilities or any age with Lou Gehrig's or end-stage renal disease. The difference between working by yourself, with a carrier, or with a broker like us, the expenses behind original Medicare. So just a great snapshot overview. I have to say great because I did it, right? One of my bad jokes. But one of the top crucial facts about Medicare. In the coming weeks, we will go into detail about each part of Medicare and the plans that are available to help with Medicare and some other details you may want to know. But for now, those 5 will definitely get you started on your journey to Medicare. So, at the end of the day, everyone, it's up to you and your personal preference on how you take Medicare into your hands. Whether you work directly with an carrier, you do all the research yourself and know where to look for the information, or use a broker like us. Really doesn't matter to us how you approach it. What matters to us is that you're not left at the mercy of trying to figure out Medicare all by yourself. So how you take Medicare into your own hands is completely up to you. As long as you're aware of what we've mentioned, that's what's important. Stay tuned for future webinars that we have planned. We'll definitely reach out, let you know when they're planned for, and come join me again. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.